Hello, it's me, Annalisa, with my spiritual friend. It's Sunday, the end of April. What is the date? 26th? 26th. How are y'all? Angelique, I got your payment for your reading. Hi, Kay. How are you? And I have Gabby's on here too. Hold on, let me put this on there. I changed the time because I have a terrible cough again. I don't know if it's allergies or what it is, but I decided to. I was like, it was really bad last night and muscled through my daughter's play. She had her play this past weekend, so I saw it 3 times. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. I figure if you're a sports parent, you go to every game. When you're a theater parent, she put a whole lot of work into it. So, okay, Kay. I saw Moana 3 times, but it was really good. They did a cute job. But last night it was like rainy and cold. Hey, Cindy. How is everybody doing? Okay. I think it just came in. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Wait, you met the person I referenced in the previous reading named Joe? Okay, do tell. Share the details. And I was a couple minutes late here because I honestly lost track of time. Had a Girl Scout, so I slept in today. I was like just kind of lazy getting my day moving, and then to try and feel better, and then because my kids are with their dad, so I got to sleep, and then went to do like a quick Girl Scout thing, and then bring some of ours. One of our scouts is having a little bit of a hard time, so I wanted to bring some stuff over to her so she could participate and hopefully join us next week. Aligned on multiple levels, mentioned there would be no mistake about the attraction. I love this. I had somebody else reach out to me. It wasn't a positive, like this is like one of the ones where you are like, I wish I wasn't right about that. But some stuff had aligned for health for her dad. She reached out to me, but um anyway, so I was like sitting at their house, like talking to her and her dad and like trying to like rally her and get her excited to want to still come, even though we're doing a camporee next Saturday. Is that Misty? I think I got your payment, even though like we're not staying over, and she was disappointed about that. So okay. I'm mad, Misty. Let's just say I'm like Hakeem who yes. Oh, he will, don't worry. I like when you said I just see him like dragging his feet on the ground like his toes. But he'll sign all of it. I have zero doubt in my mind about that. Whoa. Oh shoot. Hold on. I did something. Okay. So then anyways, I was like all of a sudden looking at my watch at like 4:20. I was like, oh God, I gotta go. I have to be somewhere. I'll see you later. Hi Kiki La, how are you? Okay. Let me see. Sorry. I have Misty and okay, Misty's on there. Sorry. All right. So do y'all want to start questions and then we'll do tarot, like oracle card readings if you want a free one. Um, no, I don't believe the thing that happened at the dinner last night was real. I think it stays just like every other thing. Although this week was the first time I've ever gotten like, he'll be gone soon. And I've had a lot of friends who have, this is it. He's definitely going to go. Sorry, I'm just pulling out the cough drops. This is the first week where I've gotten like, I feel like he's going to be gone soon. So, if anybody's wondering, you know who he is. The Orange Commander-in-Chief. Or whatever you say. I don't know if he's going to, I'm not 100% sure on that. But I just feel like it'll be soon. And then when my friends and I were talking, and I was talking about how for a long time I've felt like, the country was going to go more progressive, which still is not very progressive. Like, let's be honest, like healthcare for all is not progressive. It's like kind of what everybody else is doing. Hi, Nicolo. How are you? But I was talking to her about that. And then she's like, well, we're at the bottom now, right? And I was like, and I literally got, no, soon we'll be there. And I keep feeling July is going to be important for that. So healthcare work will be phased. I feel like starting in 2028, they're going to start working on phasing it in 2020, 2030 too. I feel like we're going to move to a one-payer healthcare system. Like there'll still be options for private insurance if you want it, but all of that's going to change. What we have now is not sustainable. I also heard like some billionaire is upset with Mamdani in New York because they're going to have I forget what it's called, but basically like if you own a home or a property in New York City and you don't live there, you have to pay an additional tax on it. There's a name for it. I feel like July is the bottom and then we start climbing. So I don't know what that means. That was just a feeling I got. So I was like walking down the street, not like it was Friday. I had gone to help out with something at the school. We walked over there together and then we were walking back and it was just kind of like we were parting ways. And she was like, this is the bottom, right? And I was like, almost. Like Canada, like Europe. Yeah. So, I mean, technically it's not free. Their taxes are paying for it. And we have plenty of money to allocate to that if we just didn't spend $3 trillion for the war industrial complex. Just saying, military industrial complex. And if we would have plenty of money. So anyway, so Mamdani, like this billionaire was like, oh, so angry with Mamdani. And I'm like, who do you think is going to feel bad for you? Like any extra he has to pay in taxes is literally a drop in the bucket his apartment was like, I want to say $256 million that he bought that he doesn't live in because he lives more full-time in Florida. Like, stop. Anyway, that's just my feelings. I can be wrong, but big rich babies, indeed. I guess if I was a billionaire, I really wouldn't care about paying my taxes or like trying to shelter money. Like, how much do you need? It's just gross. I mean, I'm not a billionaire and I don't mind paying my taxes. I don't feel like I have to have a whole bunch of loopholes for everything. There's, the money goes to helping people. Everybody should be able to eat. Everybody should have shelter. Everybody should have healthcare. Healthcare should not be considered a luxury. It is a right. I can't imagine a $256 million apartment. $1 million apartments aren't that hard here in the East Coast, like at all. But I didn't mind living in studios when I lived in the city. I mean, I lived by myself, so it was fine. I also am not somebody who I don't love really giant bedrooms and things like that. I don't, I think that's more of like feeling like it's too open. It's my thing. Probably neurodivergent. All right, let's do some readings. Who has questions? Gabby, are you here? If you're here, you want to ask your question. Angelique, any one of you is here, just start posting your questions and I can answer them. Good evening, Miss Regine. How are you? It's good to see you. I am doing okay. I've got another stupid cough again. It was really bad, so that's why I decided to sleep in and then do this a little bit later. Hi, Life is Loving. How are you? Okay, I'll get to all of them. General reading for Angelique. Okay. All right, so let's do Gabby's. I'm okay. You know. After I do the paid readings, I'll do the thing and I'll go through all the decks that I have. Okay, so let's do Gabby wanted just a general reading. Sorry, I'm just trying to feel like, do you feel kind of tight? This feels like almost, where your liver is. I don't feel like it's a liver issue. I just feel like I'm just trying to tell you where, because you're a nurse, so you know these, but like, I feel tight, like in that area, like I can't catch my breath right. Does that make sense? But it's like just that side. It's not the left side. I also feel like you are there. I'm trying to figure out how to get it stretched out so it feels better. Because sometimes if I wiggle around, I kind of get a better idea of what it is. Sorry. So I still feel tight around in all these areas, tight here in my jaw. This is interesting to me because it feels like a gallbladder thing more than anything. Like maybe, have you had a history of gallstones or, are you also getting like a lot of heartburn? You got a massage yesterday also, and he focused more on stretches, and I feel so sore today. I also felt like you weren't breathing very well. Like you would benefit from doing some intentional breath work. Are y'all planning a trip to the coast? As I'm sitting, like I feel like I'm sitting, but I'm facing the dunes more than like the ocean. Michelle, I got a payment from you. Your little sister is moving to Oregon, so we are trying to plan a trip there. Okay. So what I saw was at a point I saw like sitting there and it felt like a good, but I also feel like there's like a black cloud, like, and this is like more symbolic. So don't feel like, oh my God, that's going to be terrible. But I feel like around that time, you're going to have a lot of release of, like, that trip is important because it's going to allow for a lot of release of old stuff. Resident putting earrings on today. Naked ears. So don't look at this as like a, hang on. Oh my God, it's going to be a terrible trip. I don't feel like it is. I feel like it's going to be a very healing trip for you. You've just been feeling a bit down lately and stuck almost. Did you read the email today? It said something about feeling stuck. So we're still on the paid readings, and then but later Aries spiritual guidance will do the card readings. I just want to get through the paid ones first. Let me just add Michelle to the list. So that's kind of what I feel is happening. I do feel like when you go, I don't feel as in pain. I want to say like as tight. Like I was expecting to feel because you've had a lot of the neck stuff. I was expecting to feel more. I feel like whatever they did, they helped release some. Oh, I need some there. But I feel like nothing has changed from that. Like what I told you before about getting PT. So I don't know when you're planning for the Oregon trip, but I feel like that's going to be very, very helpful to you. We did a lot of stretching. It definitely helped a ton. I just need to keep up with it and fix my posture when pumping and feeding the baby. Yeah. See, I'm looking all day for my car keys and idea where to look. These aren't, Valerie, these aren't free. These are paid readings. Until later, then we'll do an Oracle card reading. And I'm never very confident, I have to be honest, with looking for keys. I do for myself, I actually have an air tag on my stuff. Like everything that I can put an air tag on, I put an air tag on. I would check a drawer in a kitchen on a counter. Like if I'm looking out, sorry. You can give me a tip. How about that? Like I'm in the kitchen. I feel like there's a sliding glass door in the kitchen. There's a counter that kind of ends to like like where you might have a breakfast table. And there's maybe like, I don't know if you have darker tile, but it's like, I feel like it might have slipped into a drawer. That's not normally where you would put keys. Oh, you're in Ireland? Well, I don't know. Don't they have those square things? So I don't know if any of that makes sense, but that's where I see it. Like it slipped into a drawer that you wouldn't normally put the keys in. So that's why you haven't looked for it. And don't hold me to that because I always feel like, I don't know if I'm a great finder. The kitchen was the last place you had them. So I feel like it fell in a drawer that's not normally what would have them. So just look, and it feels like it's like, I was in the kitchen at the end of this countertop. There's lots of windows there. So I don't know if it's like sliding glass door or whatever. There's a lot of windows and like maybe an area where you might have like a little table. And I feel like the wood is a little bit darker and the like I'm seeing like a darker countertop. I have 3 kids. I get it. So it feels like it slipped into a drawer. Go find it. Tell me if I'm right. Come back and tell me how amazing I am. No, it's not too late to be out of the list. Okay, but let me finish with Gabrielle. So I feel like that's going to be a really healing trip for you when you go. The next stuff and all of that tightness will work itself out. All right. Then I think Angelique wanted a general reading, and then we'll do Kayla. Angelique, I'm working my way into the message, but I feel like when I connected with your energy, I feel so tight in the back of my neck, on the sides here, and almost up into the base of my skull and into my traps. Does that resonate when I say that? Oh, Regina, I'll have to check. Yes, I got you, Regine. I guess it came in, like sometimes it comes in weird ways. So I'll add you to the list. So I feel like I was funny because when I was like just kind of like asking, I felt really light and really happy connecting with your energy too. And I feel like I don't know if you're in a relationship, but I heard love is coming in soon, and sooner than you think. I'm aware of my left knee. I don't know if there's something going on there. Does any of this resonate? And if you are in a relationship, so here, I'm going to put it this way. Sometimes I've seen this in marriages, especially, and sometimes longer term relationships where it doesn't feel like you're in a relationship. And that's just disconnect has happened. But I feel like that's like that love is coming in. So I don't feel like it's a, um, ah, but it's just that's how it happens sometimes. Where I don't feel like somebody's in a relationship. Are you not in a relationship? Are you like, I remember doing a reading for somebody on here. They were asking something about their husband. And I was like, I remember like thinking like there's like no connection there at all. It felt like, hi, Resonant Depths. How are you? You've been married 10 years. So I feel like it's going to start blossoming again and getting better for you. Um, August feels significant. So I don't know if that's an anniversary for you, but it feels like there's been intentionality around reviving this and it's coming in again. I don't feel like he's not in love with you. I just feel like he's um like lost in the day to day. With this marriage reading, like I did, they were asking about something about their husband, but not like regarding their relationship. It was something else. And I remember thinking like, this doesn't feel like your husband. Like this just feels like somebody you know and like loosely know. Like it didn't feel like a very tight connection. It's very interesting. You make an effort to reconnect. Is August your anniversary or are you planning a trip for then? Is there something I feel like August is significant? So I'm pretty sure you're friends with Misty because she had mentioned you. What I would say is um, I really believe in manifesting through thought transmission. I actually, my friend's house that I went over to, I was like, listen, I do this stuff on my kids. I've done it with my other friends' kids, like to help when there's behavior stuff. And he's like, and I told him last night, I was like, oh, but I'm working from grades from them, from pictures from your kids when they're in fifth grade. So like immediately did not even respond to me. He just sent me updated pictures. I was like cackling. I was like, September anniversary. Yes. Friends with Missy. Okay. So I feel like, maybe you plan a trip or something special for August. So maybe not, you can't do it on the anniversary because of school and things like that. So it's like, feels like August is when that's going to happen. And I just feel like you are going to rekindle it. My thing is that I love about doing this thought transmission stuff is just talk to a picture of his. Like if he's not showing up in the way you want, you kind of have to talk to the picture and just be like, no, this is how you're going to show up now. I always say these are the rules now. I don't know why. I just do. um, but like with my kids, I've done like, and even with my soon to be ex, I'm like, you're always respectful. Then you catch yourself, right? So I want you to watch your brain because when I first started doing it, I'd be like, he'd show up respectfully, and my old brain thoughts would immediately go to what's the angle here, what's happening, and now I have to just be like, oh nope, this is just, of course he's showing up respectful because that's what I decided would happen. It's also like fun with my kids because if I'm frustrated with their behavior, I just be like, in my head, I just go, I'm going to go talk to your picture. because then it like there's no battles, there's no fight, and they show up the way I want them to show up. Like I wanted an apology for my daughter because she was being snarky to me, and my kids don't call names or anything like that, or they just, they'll just talk with attitude, and I'm like, oh, we can be kind. Anyway, although that night she told me she hated me, and I feel like that's sort of a win on my part because I'm like, good, fine. And I was like, that's fine. I'm your mom. I'm not your friend. Like, I love you dearly, but you've been doing it with your son. Does it work? Is it working? I'm telling you, if you're a parent and you're not doing this, you are missing out. I even did it. Like, I'm also doing it where I'm just like, I gotta like physical stuff, right? So like, I'm younger and younger every day, like younger and younger. And some woman last night at the play, I haven't seen her in a few years. Her daughter is the age of my oldest daughter. And she was like, oh my God. She's like, how do you never age? She's like, I keep getting older. You never age. You look the same every time. I'm like, I don't know. It's not Botox because I don't do that. He's been a little grumpy boy lately and it's working. It's working. See, it works. You don't even have to fight. You just like, oh, look. And don't say he's doing so well. He's in a good mood. He's okay. Start thinking about the stories you tell yourself about people and how they show up. And that's how they have to show up if you decide that's how they have to show up. So, and I always tell people like my friend who I'm doing this for his daughters now, I was like, he was like kind of skeptical at first. He's like, okay. And I'm like, I'm telling you this works. I'm telling you I do it with other people. And not like, I do it for like my one friend's kid was, he was being really defiant. But like, keep in mind that I also talk to the parents too. Like, you believe in this stuff. Like I did something for my friend. I didn't tell him I did this. But I was like, you're open to this. You see the benefit. You see like that they're doing better. You really acknowledge that they're doing better and it's getting better because you have to work on their mindset too, a little bit. Nothing weird, nothing creepy, just, to provide peace and calm. I think that's good. But I even did it like one of my friends' kids was getting so much homework because she's in gifted and her teacher like would give her all this homework and in the past, like other kids aren't supposed to be basically punished for having this privilege to be able to go be part of gifted. So I was like, I'm going to talk to your teacher's picture. And apparently then like the next Friday, I guess it was like she has it on Fridays or something. And the next time she was supposed to have gifted, they didn't have it. So then she didn't have homework. And I was like, okay, I'll keep doing it. All right. So that's what I felt for you. I have tried it with pets actually. So I do it a little bit with my bunny. Like I started doing with having her because I want her to feel more like friendly and snuggly and wanting more attention because she's sort of like a cat in a way where she's like she definitely doesn't like to be held, but she's a prey animal. But yes, you can do it with animals too. Absolutely. Okay. Kayla said, what is going on with my health? I've been struggling 3 weeks with terrible digestion issues. My body feels overall off and fatigued. Sorry, I'm just stretching my leg. Do you also feel really tight in your jaw and then like almost where I feel like pain in my left ear from it? I'm actually leaning towards this being like a histamine flare up. Do you have a history of being estrogen dominant or carrying your weight a lot in your hips and your thighs and your butt? Because when you're estrogen dominant, that's where you tend to carry your weight. Pressure in your right ear. Okay. wonder if I'm picking up, but pain on your left arm. If it ends up being your right arm, then I'm mirroring you instead of. Because I felt really tight here in my shoulder, like in the joint, and then I felt it sort of radiate down. I don't feel like it's a cardiac issue. I do feel like it's like everything's just tight and inflamed. I'm really leaning towards this being a histamine thing. So, a whooshing in that ear. Are you having joint pain? I'm like, I want to figure out what that is because it's not mine. Because it's already gone. Do you notice that the stomach issues you're having? Because what I feel is like almost like I'm bloated in my stomach part, but I also then feel very slow digestion. Like it's harder to go, having a little bit of constipation. Oh. Hold on 2 seconds. I gotta go open the door. Sorry. The girls are home early. And it's like an hour earlier than they normally get home. Okay. Heartburn too sometimes. Yes. Okay. I genuinely feel like this is a histamine thing. So I would look at, there's like several things that I'm getting. Look at your diet. Look at foods that are high histamine. I'm being pulled specifically to tomatoes for you. They're going to be things that are like healthy for you. Avocado, tomatoes, spinach. Those are foods I can't eat just yet. Bananas, raspberries, strawberries. Some citrus can be bothersome. Some of the things will bother you and some won't. Gluten, dairy, like aged dairy. So cream cheese is fine. Well, they're good in general, but for people who have histamine issues, they can create a flare up. You eat a lot of avocado. So try taking, you don't have to take everything out of your diet. Like if that, because that can be really extreme. It can give you, but like try taking a little avocado out of your diet, or all of it, and just see if it starts to make a difference. I would take gluten out of your diet and go gluten free for a week or two. I also feel like it would be beneficial for you to eat something like gelatin. If you take a teaspoon of gelatin, the plain gelatin, not like the sugary red one or whatever color they make it, but plain gelatin, take a teaspoon. You can mix it in yogurt or water. Yogurt's actually high in histamine, but if it doesn't bother you, eat it. It's fine. And do that because it helps to heal your gut lining. Because some of the MCAS stuff happens because like the histamine flare-ups is because your gut lining you have like leaky gut. I also got like look for a B1, a fat soluble B1 vitamin, not the water soluble kind. So just when you look for it, look up fat soluble. But look up histamine intolerance and see if it fits with you, or MCAS. But it can cause all of those things: neck pain, joint pain, anxiety, foggy brain, stomach issues, either constipation or diarrhea, pain, heartburn, pain. Since I've started, and like you want to do like one change at a time, because if you make it all at once, then you don't know what's helping you. So like when I started kind of going down that trail, I did eliminate all the histamine foods just because I was so miserable. And then when I started like then looking at how vitamins and minerals kind of fit into that. So like I would add one in at a time. Dehydrated a lot too. Yeah. Yeah. So that can all be interconnected, and it can all be kicked off either by a very stressful event, a hormonal shift. So like when you go into puberty or perimenopause, or it can be kicked off by a virus like COVID. I didn't switch it up. Hi, Makika. It's good to see you. It wasn't intentional to do it. Like it was just, I wasn't feeling well this morning. And when the girls are at their dad's, they don't come back usually till like 6 or 6:30. They're back early today. So I was like, I'll just do it in the afternoon because it's not, and I didn't want to totally skip it all together. I just didn't feel very well this morning and I was sleeping. Some of the meds you can do, some people find relief when they take an antihistamine. So like a Zylol or an Allegra or something like that. But truly like this is my thing is like, I would rather eliminate stuff and then use the medicines as if I'm having a flare up versus like, and then like kind of clear all the inflammation, all the foods and stuff that are creating the inflammation out of my body first. And then kind of add stuff back in. But Pepcid is a good one because it's a histamine blocker. It's H1, and then then your other histamines are H2. Can never remember which one is which. Your antihistamines. I don't know. I don't think ginger is high in histamine. I don't think that's an issue. So I would look at your diet though, and kind of go through it. Egg whites are high in histamine. The egg protein is high in histamine. Any seafood, fish, things like that. So I'm nervous about adding that stuff back in because the last couple of times I've had, and there are different kinds of fish. My throat was getting itchy and stuff. And that always feels a little like walking, like it's a little more serious than just my stomach hurting or my joints aching. Like my kids get anxiety. My one daughter has stomach issues. So I took 2 of my kids off of gluten. So just look into all. It's pretty interesting actually. And a lot of people have been getting MCAS and histamine flare-ups just because of COVID. It throws your body into whack, or other viruses can do it too. That's what I feel. That's what I think would be really beneficial to you. Also, like vitamin D is really great. It helps with insulin resistance. So you probably are deficient on vitamin D. Make sure you take a D3K2 so that you don't run into issues getting like kidney stones and stuff from the calcium not being pushed into your bones and into the cells. The thing you do is eat for insulin resistance. So eat as if you're diabetic, increase your fiber in your diet because that also will help pull out. So cruciferous vegetables are really great, like your broccoli, your cauliflower, kale. Carrots are really great for helping clear out a lot of times estrogen. I'm not super smart. I'm just a super, super lover of researching like to exhaustive amounts because I want to figure out when I want to figure out what's wrong, like I feel like I'm the type of person who feels like I have to have all the information and know it all before I go, like if I were to go to the doctor, because I don't know. So also I find it very fascinating. It's like a special interest of mine, the spiritual stuff and the science stuff. And I like learning, and I'm one who will sit around and research stuff rather than watch TV or movies, or I don't know. It's exhausting. It's probably a neurodivergent thing. Like I found out when I was like talking to people, I'm like, oh, you don't like learn everything you can about a topic? Why not? It's not bad. But I don't think of it as like, I mean, I do have a higher IQ, but I always look at that as like your ability to learn. I don't think that that makes me like any more intelligent. It's just I have an affinity to learn and I like to learn. So, um, okay. That's also like me as a kid. I was like, I remember having a dream talking to all that is the whatever that energy is, God, source, whatever, and being like, what's the secret to the universe? And being told it. And then like I woke up and I couldn't remember it. And I was just so furious about that. I was probably like 8. So I've always wanted to know all the questions. Okay, where's my list? Misty, what's your question? Make sure you like the live, please. I don't know what it really does, if it really helps anything with the algorithm, but let's pretend it does because we can manifest that, right? I think maybe what I might do is on the weekends that my kids are with their dad, I might do the afternoon reading with y'all. So then I still catch my afternoon crowd because I miss some of you. Like I haven't seen Julia in forever. And yeah, I think they work good for something. So I want to kind of do both because when they're here, I like to just be done in the morning and then have the afternoon to hang out with them. And they like to sleep in a little bit. I didn't get the kids who are early risers. Like some of my friends would be like, my kids are up at 5 a.m. I was like, who, what? No. Like April was my early riser and she wouldn't wake up till 7. Okay, I can do varying times and then some of you guys can catch me. Okay. All right, Misty, if you want to, oh, there, you want a general? Okay. Not, I think what I'll do, yeah, I think I'll do Sundays at 4:30 because it gives me enough time to kind of hang out with y'all for a little while before they get home. But then I can go do stuff too in the morning, afternoon if I want to get up early. I think I was asleep, like passed out to sleep. I slept on the couch for a little while because I felt bad because I didn't want my bunny to be alone. She's so used to having so much activity in the house. And then when the little ones are gone, it's pretty quiet. So I like hung out in there so she at least felt like energetically she wasn't alone. Um, and then but I was like asleep. Like I think at 9:30 I fell asleep very hard. And I slept. I woke up a couple of times, but I slept till like 10:30 this morning. So I just I needed it. Okay. Have a good day at work or good night. Okay. Sorry, Misty. I got you on a general. So I felt like I feel like a lot lighter in your energy. I still feel a little bit of that nervousness around but it just feels more about like knowing that you're standing in your power, like that it's all working. I do feel big changes coming at work in 2 weeks. Um, so I don't know if that means you are like something happens where you're like, absolutely, I'm totally done. I'm putting in my notice or what. And I feel like a conversation happens with you and Nick. Um, I heard the beginning of May, so that's coming up too. Um, I genuinely feel like he's starting to lean towards changes. I don't feel like he's full on board yet of moving, but I feel like there's something shifting within him. So if you feel like you're like, well, is it even working or would that even be a possibility? Something is brewing with him. They're showing me like a skinned knee on your son's left knee. Does that resonate? Or like, I feel like a knee slash ankle injury. I feel like it might even be from a bike riding thing because I feel like my foot gets stuck on the pedal or something. School ends in 2 weeks exactly. Oh, okay. Okay. Something's going to happen around that ending where it's going to feel like, I don't know. I just like feels like it's a big shift. And it doesn't feel just like I'm done and coming back in the next year. So I know you kind of already said that, but also, does this resonate about your son with the bike? And if it's not, I feel like this will be something coming up that validates the other stuff that I'm getting because I kind of already know. He had a wreck a couple of weeks ago and got scraped up. Is it his left leg, left knee, left ankle? I almost feel like I see his shoelace getting caught up or something. You're so over it. Um, sorry. They keep kind of hanging on this incident, and I don't know if it just means that maybe he's having some apprehension about riding his bike again or what, but I keep seeing this bike thing and I keep being shown like I feel like a shoelace or something kind of getting caught up. So I don't know what that means. I'm going to try and move past it, but that's what I would look at if I were you. Like, why would you look at that? Sorry. um he scraped his back. I'm going to his knee, not his back. So this might be something coming up. I generally do feel like you guys are going to end up moving to Asheville. I would be surprised if you don't. And I just keep hearing abundance is coming. And to me, that means financial abundance, not just, all the other stuff. June is significant for your relationship with your husband and not in a bad way. Um, I feel like more connection. Some of this is going to happen because you're sort of letting go of things, and the control around stuff. Um, you're making the decision to, like, when you're like, I just was like tidying up the house, whatever, and having people over, right, and allowing more play dates and stuff at the house. Like that had a bigger shift in the way you move forward in your, like, or we move forward in your timeline, had a bigger shift in that than you realize. Sometimes the things that we do that like shift us through timelines that put us into different places are things that are like you wouldn't realize that propel us forward into a direction that we want to go. Um, they have a more profound impact than you think. Like, well, I mean, whatever. I just decided to let people come over, you know. Um, did you have an animal pass recently that maybe you referred to as grandpa, or because I keep hearing he's happy, but I feel like it's like when I'm like grandpa, but it doesn't feel like a human. So I didn't know if there's like a animal. And he would have been older. And it's that feeling around when you decide to put an animal down and you have to make that decision. And so hold on to that because maybe it's something like, I don't know what it is. It's just a feeling of grandpa. So it feels like it would be an older animal if it is. So maybe you'll hear somebody talk like a friend. The reason why I feel like weird random stuff comes up like this when I'm doing a reading for somebody that we've kind of had more interactions and you have an older dog. Do you refer to your older dog as grandpa or being like a grandpa, like an old man? Sometimes when I get stuff like this that doesn't fully connect, it becomes more of what becomes a validation for the other stuff because it's like, and we've kind of gone back and forth a little bit about manifesting and the different things you're manifesting. And so I feel like I'll get random stuff like that just to help validate the other stuff. Hmm. So it might be something for somebody else where you'll be in conversation with them and they'll say something like, "Oh, he was like a little old grandpa," and they feel like there's guilt or something around it. It feels like it's something that could be a pass through message, but also a validation for the other stuff that I'm saying. I feel like something is going to happen within the next 2 to 3 weeks with your mother-in-law that's going to shift your husband's perspective on things. So I'm going to say that. Can I leave you with that? Just because I think you know what I don't have to say too much for you to understand. I feel like that, but I feel like something in the next 2 to 3 weeks, like you're going to have big shifts in the very short period of time coming up here. Okay. Michelle, what's your question? Valerie, did you come back and tell me where your keys were at? You're very welcome. I have anxiety around my soon to be ex, around selling the house. Do you see it going smoothly? Feeling overwhelmed and uneasy and tired from this experience. Finances are at play and a lot of worry. Um, okay, wait. Do I see selling the house going smoothly? Yes, I do. Um, it might take slightly longer than expected, but it feels like more on the buyer's side than your side that creates that. There's a little bit of a snafu with their paperwork, um, where it holds things up a little bit, but the sale goes through no problem. Um, the sale and everything feels like it's pretty straightforward. So there's not really much that your soon to be ex can argue with. Um, I would recommend to just try this. Um, the house sells quickly and easily. Everything goes, like, start saying that as a mantra over and over and over in your head, especially before you go to bed at night. And the first thing that your first thoughts when you wake up in the morning, um, is like the house sells easily. Everything goes through really easily. Uh, we both get exactly, what we want out of it, or it works out in my favor, something like that. And everything goes smoothly. And like the lawyers are so surprised that, like, you can make up a whole story of they're so surprised at how easily it goes through. Like whatever you need to do to get to that, like, sort of calm feeling instead of the anxious feeling when you're manifesting. Because I've done this with Misty too, where she's like, I felt anxious around doing that. So don't do it that way then. Like do it a different way. Like, because you want to do it where you feel like as calm as you can, or it feels the most like possible. The other thing is you don't have to work out all of the how it's going to happen. So it's like when you go order a meal at a restaurant, you're not worried about, you just like, oh, well, the waitress comes up. I look at the menu, the waitress comes over, I tell the waitress what I want, and she brings and does something with it. But you don't go like, oh, okay, well, first it has to like go from the waitress into the computer and they put it in, and then the computer spits it out in the kitchen, and the person who reads the things, like, you don't have to worry about all the steps. So like when people are manifesting, it's like you don't have to worry about all the steps about how it happens. It's your final outcome is what you've ordered, and you're putting that order in. The universe is your waitress, and then you will naturally fall into line to do the things that you need to do in order to make that happen, that outcome happen. It's the same idea where, like, I was talking to a client about manifesting something, and they had changed the way they wanted to do it. And they were like, well, then they were starting to like be really annoyed and irritated at the circumstances coming up. And I was like, but that's just like, that's the natural way it happens, where like if they wanted a certain outcome, they weren't sure, they sort of did a general outcome. I was like, that's just part of your everything coming in. Or when you manifest for somebody else to show up a certain way, then you just decide like, oh, they show up respectfully, and like then it just starts happening and you just have to trust it. So then I'm not worried about any of it. So that's what you used to say, like, it's so easy, it turns out so easy. That anxious feeling and that worry feeling is something that's worked for you in the past, but really when you look at it, it doesn't. Right. So stop worrying. It's not helping you. I know that sounds dumb, but like I'm going through a lot too. And people are like, oh, like when I tell them it's what's happening, they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, we aren't sorry about this. This is good. Someone's like, well, it's got to be stressful. And I always find that interesting. I'm like, well, no, because I decided this person shows up in a really respectful way. Everything is going to go so smoothly. People are so like, even the lawyers are surprised at how smooth this goes. It's so easy. Like, it doesn't have to be catastrophically horrible, right? You can decide your soon to be ex, he's showing up really respectfully. It's really interesting. I'm really happy about that. It's making me happy. He's really willing to work with us on this. Because as long as you keep telling the story of how somebody has to show up, they have to keep showing up that way. I end up really well financially after, like, everything ends up okay. I'm okay after this. But I do feel like it'll sell pretty easily. There's something about so I don't know if it's 3 weeks or 3 months. Sometimes I'm not great at the timing. The wording helps for sure. I mean, I get that because sometimes I'll listen to people. I'm like, oh, that's good wording. Like, because it takes it away. Like, and the other thing is like, I like to say too, I I easily receive like this coming in, like this thing that I'm manifesting to come in. I easily receive kindness or respect from the ex, like because I was doing something where I was like, oh, he shows up. I said this earlier. He shows up respectfully, and then he would, and then my immediate thought after it would be like, what's the angle? And I had to learn to say like, oh no, these are my manifestations showing up. This is how it's showing up. I easily receive the respect. And I just, so now I'm like, oh yeah, he's just being respectful because duh, that's what I want. That's the way I make it show up. It doesn't mean I want another relationship with him. It just means like I want a respectful, easy relationship with him. I was my soon to be ex, and I want it to be easy, right? And it doesn't have to be this horrific, horrible beat down with each other. So it puts power back in. That's what I really feel like generally. And I know it's like funny, but so I was like saying like the different man, like the thing where like someone was like, like some of them affirmations I say around like, oh, I look younger and younger every day. Around my physical attributes, like I've got a great butt, like because I want to keep ice skating and have a nice ass, like just to be. And it was funny because another mom the other day was like, oh, those leggings. I was like, they're just from Amazon. And she's like, oh, they make your butt look really good. I was like, they're literally just leggings. They're just fleece lined so that they're a little bit warmer for the winter, but they're not. And I was like, that's ice skating. But I was like, yes. Like, there's nothing special in them. They're not like the special buttlet. Like, they're just leggings. But like, those are some of my manifestations happening, right? Like, some other ones are around like, oh, it's easy. Like I change, like instead of always telling myself I'm late for things or everything's like, I easily get to things on time. I don't know, it's 7 minutes late here, but I could have started right at 4:30. I could have like slid in my chair and started, but I wanted to make sure I had all my cough drops and stuff. Yeah. So just try it. Like it's seriously like I get so excited because it works and I'm like, oh my God, why is everybody not doing this? Like this shit works. And also like it's nice to not feel totally terrified and stressed out and worrying and knowing that like you can have whatever you want. And I know like in the manifesting community people be like, why don't you manifest like the relationship to be better? It's like, well, that's like hard to explain to people who've never been in a really long term. Jackie, I got your payment. Okay, Miss Regine. And then, I mean, you might have it come up where you kind of like fall back into the like, oh my God, the spiral or whatever. But I'm always like, well, you cannot fuck up your manifestation. You can't mess it up. It just doesn't happen. Yes, of course, Miss Regine. That's my belief system. If your beliefs create your reality, you literally get to decide. So everything always works out in my favor. Everything always works out best case scenario. My kids know that one. Those are part of our nighttime I ams. And it's funny because my daughter will be like, oh, everything does work out. And my middle daughter, who's 13, I told her I manifest her to do things and she gets excited about it though. She's like, I love that. Like manifest for her for schoolwork, for her friends, like for schoolwork, for her to be able to be focused and get her work done easily. Like for people to be nice, always be nice to her. For like to clean her room and make donations. But it works. And then she said she was doing it because she was having a hard time and she felt like, people weren't being nice to her. And so she did it. She's like, oh, why does it always work so easily? There we go. Why does it always work so easily before you go to bed? I'm like, because you're like going into your subconscious state then. So that's why I'm like the first, like right before you go to sleep, make sure you're saying them and do it in the morning when you wake up. So we do I am affirmations. So I'm powerful, I'm kind, I'm funny, I'm smart, I'm valuable, I'm worthy, I'm enough. Universe watches out for me. I'm safe and protected. Good things always happen to me. Everything always works out in my favor. Everything always works out best case scenario. I've got great ideas. My feelings matter. My opinions matter. I'm creative. I'm curious. I'm courageous. I'm determined. I'm unstoppable. I'm lovable. I'm loved. I love myself. I fall asleep easily. I wake up well rested, and I always have a great day. That's what we do every night. All right. So it's interesting. I feel like the energy is all going to be very piled up for you in May. Like there's going to be a lot on your plate, like right away, starting in May. A lot to do. Like it's like the way I feel it is like boxes piled up against a door. um, and I feel like that. So May is a lot for you. When is this little girl supposed to come and live with you? Hi, Jackie. Where are those for reference? The IMs? Oh, they're just like ones I made up with my kids that we now like we did for a while. We would start where like we would kind of take off, and then those are the ones that we've like compiled over time. You hope for June. Okay, so maybe that's what it is like all the stuff getting together in May feels like you've got a lot on your plate for May, and then everything sort of opens up, and June is a lot smoother. So that's May is going to be very busy and getting ready for her. So that's all going to work out. I just feel like they were kind of talking about that because that's what's going to be on your plate. But May is going to feel very, very busy and getting ready for her. Wait, are you also moving in May? Did you find an apartment? You'll find one. I feel like things are like even money. I feel like you're going to be doing very lucrative. So it feels like doing. Are you working for that office that's in? You said that the other office still, because I feel like you're gonna between that and the tarot readings you're gonna and oracle card readings you're gonna be doing really really well. I heard that as far as the little girl's concerned, like your life is going to change drastically, but you're also going to fully understand what unconditional love is. Like it'll fully happen with her. I do feel like she's got some stuff that's going to like require therapy and things like that, but um, you're going to fully understand what unconditional love is. Do you want to ask anything more specific? I want to say I feel like it's important when you move into your apartment that you build community. Anything with her health? I don't feel like it's like a health thing per se, but I do feel like she's going to have some need for like either speech therapy or occupational therapy around like her fine motor and some sensory texture issues. Because I do feel she has some delays. You're very welcome. Jackie, what's your question? And then we'll go to Oracle cards. Jackie, are you here? If you guys want to pick out your Oracle cards and we'll wait for Jackie to show up, you can do that. So here's my decks. I've got the Dragon deck, the Enchanted Map, Women of Myth, Inner Child, Voice of the Souls, Woodland Wardens, Moonology, Spirit Animal, Green Witch, Magic and Mediums, Trust Your Vibes, Past Life, Wisdom of the Oracle. I said that already. Didn't I? I don't know. And the Crystal Oracle deck. Where's Jackie? Okay. Mm-hmm. Pardon my crunching. Okay, hold on just a second, Jack. I'll get you. Okay. All right. So Jackie for the month of May, what's coming up? That's not my cough. That's when I was talking about you. So are you getting over something respiratory wise? It feels like maybe a bronchitis because it feels a little lower than mine is. And also, do you have a history of headaches or migraines? I feel a lot of pressure here. I also feel like you're probably a little clairvoyant. So, having dreams that come true, getting images or like little movies on your mind's eye, maybe seeing shadows here and there. Your son is what? Sorry, I kind of forget what I say. Um, your son is clairvoyant. I think probably you are too. Because I wouldn't pick up on your son being clairvoyant. Um, the headaches could be just showing me that this is opening up. I think you're clairvoyant too. He gets it from your side, and I think also your grandmother had it. Your mom has it a little bit, but doesn't really. I don't know if there's like a religious thing where she thinks it's evil or bad. Um, or is it the health thing? The coughing. You're not coughing. Your son is. I still wouldn't pick it up for him. This is you. So just watch, because maybe you'll end up getting what he has. I do think you're clairvoyant. Because even though I have a cough, that one's not mine. That's you, like connected to you. And it's like every time I read your stuff, I get pulled into that. So I asked like what's coming up, and I just feel like that May is going to be a little bit more challenging for you. It's almost like having your feet stuck with glue and like you're trying to move forward and it's not, like nothing seems to be going right. Um like you're trying to get the momentum to do something and it's just like nothing is working. And I don't want to say like it's in one area. It genuinely feels like every single area. It's like almost like the world, it's going to feel like the universe is working against you to make things happen. But it feels like an intentional slowdown. Um, and learning a lesson in that slowdown. So it's the idea that like maybe you tend to be a little bit more type A. I don't feel like psychotic type A, but like just trying to control things, like because I get anxious if I don't know all the outcomes and the answers to everything. Reminds me a little bit of one of my friends, but not to the extent that she gets it. But it just feels like there's this slowdown because it's sort of like understanding that um, you can't force things. So we'll talk about this a lot in manifesting, where you can't force things to happen in the 3D. And when you understand that like your beliefs create your reality, then that's where like all the power comes from. Um, so it's this idea of just holding strong with your vision and having it happen that way. I do feel like there's this is sort of around, I don't know if you're doing an entrepreneurial thing, but that's what it feels like around like trying to start a business or trying to get like, or even maybe like I have this, it feels around like work stuff, right? But I'm trying to start something and make it happen. I even get around like maybe even doing school stuff too, like for your kids, like where it's like I'm trying to make things happen and it feels like everything's going against me. You're moving out on your own after almost 30 years of a relationship and going to buy a vehicle. So I'm worried about my finances. You're gonna be fine financially, but it's gonna feel like you're stuck and things aren't happening exactly the way you want, right? Um, what I want you to do is, instead of trying to force it to happen on the outside, just be like, I'm getting, like, I don't know how it's going to happen. I'm not worried about it, but everything's going to work out where I get the car I want. One of my friends did this, like, so she's worried about financially. She lives in Hawaii, and she was trying to find a place to rent. And she was like, I want it under this amount of money. This is the location I want it. I don't want them to have to ask me for a whole bunch of money down or sign all of these like contracts or like all that stuff. Like, I just want it to be exactly like this. She sat in her car right before she went in, and it literally, like, she was like, this is how it's going to happen. And she went in and she only has to put 500 down when she moves in for like a deposit. Like, she doesn't have to put a ton of money down, thousands and thousands of dollars. So it feels like what you need to start doing is like, nope, this is how it is. Everything works out for me. Start with something small so that you can see that happening for you. So start with something like, I don't know, somebody compliments me on my eyes. Like pick something where it's like, so you understand, like maybe that's not something that happens a lot. And then all of a sudden you get compliments on your eyes. I'm like, it's more than one person. Or it was really easy for me to find a car that I want in the price that I want. Like pick the price, pick the car, pick the payment, and it all falls into place easily. And just start like repeating it over and over and over again. When that anxious feeling comes up, nope. And I know this sounds crazy because if you haven't done it a lot, it's really hard to like buy into it. But worrying doesn't help you. And so like if you want to jump on board of like shit not helping you, thoughts through your head going not helping you, why not at least make them positive? Well, because it's like crazy to think positive things can happen. Like I think that's such a backwards way of looking at life. That it's like so accepted that if you worry all the time, that that's normal and okay. Even if those things aren't going to happen and are delusional, why not be delusional in your favor? I just feel like it's the feeling of you may not be moving in May, or like everything might not work out in May. It might be the end of May, right? But I just feel like, because it's this feeling of like, I'm pushing forward, and my feet are still stuck back here. And it will all work out. I don't feel like you're gonna have a hard time figuring out the car thing financially. I generally feel like you move towards getting a certified used vehicle versus a brand new one. But it's like low mileage, finding the car that everything that works out perfectly. Just decide what it is that you want, what you want your monthly payment to be, or do you want to pay it in full? How much do you want to pay? What's the top dollar? Financially, you're going to be okay. So I feel like it might be a little tight, but by August, you're okay. Like where you feel like I got this. But I feel like it's going to take a couple months of you being on your own to like trust that you have it. I also feel like you're getting some money from the settlement, like from the divorce settlement. I don't feel like you're going to be totally destitute. It's still going to feel like, I don't know, like you'll be fine financially, but that might be that stuck feeling, is feeling like I'm trying to propel forward and I still feel like my feet aren't coming with me. But you're going to be okay. You'll be fine. I promise. That's the feeling I get, is that you will be fine. I feel like by August, you're going to feel like I got this. But sometimes we have the personalities that we just need to like be in it for a little bit to trust that we have our feet underneath us. But you are more than capable of doing this. Maybe. You're going to be okay. You are perfectly capable. That's the other thing you remind yourself, is like, look at your accomplishments instead of like, we tend to look at our failures, but look at how far you've come, because you're not exactly where you want to be. I went through some videos the other day on TikTok because I was trying to turn off this AI thing and they end up removing it anyway. But I was looking at like the very first videos I posted on TikTok, and I remember being disappointed that they didn't go far, but I'm watching them now. I'm like, well, shit, they were boring. They didn't catch you on anything. Like, And also like just how far I've come with my voice. Like I spoke in a really soft, um, like almost like it reminded me of Michelle Duggar, the mom from that crazy show, like how she talks like a little baby and it's really soft and like don't go back and watch those videos. They're boring. But my point is like how much I've changed. So like, am I posting as consistently as I would like to be? No. Am I doing, but like how much I have changed energetically. So like try and give yourself grace of like, maybe you're not exactly where you want to be, but you've made a lot of great strides to do better and be better. Like give yourself credit where credit's due. Because truthfully, like this idea, like I hit this goal, well, then there's always a new goal. You move the goalposts. Like, at what point are you going to allow yourself to be like, okay with how far you've come? I don't feel a career change. I feel more lean towards more of a promotion. I feel like that happens before August. And maybe that's why August you feel finally like secure. I don't think the position has come up yet. I feel like somebody leaves and then the position opens up. And I do feel like you'll need a little bit of like training to get you there. Like once you go in, like it's not like you're totally, I don't know, there's training that has to happen in order for you to be take over or on your own or whatever it is. Okay. Let's do these other readings. So Regine wants the dragon. I don't know. So I'm gonna say this for timing wise, it might be like 2 or 3 months, but somebody hasn't left. Like that position needs to open up. All right, this is for Regine. Which dragon should she work with this week? Oh, shitty bang bang. Sorry. Okay, for sure. Okay. So maybe be creating position for me due to my workers' comp. That might be what it is. It just felt like it's not ready yet. Did you get this one before, Harmony? I'm trying to get it out of the little light. Yep. Tomorrow is a new dawn, and being in our heart center ripples out with positive effect. Harmony is the first shy dragon I met. She was peeking out. She was peeking out at me from behind a huge curtain when she first appeared to me. She's a quiet and considered being, and is a lot less brash than some of the other dragons I have encountered. I asked her about her qualities, and she replied, I am the bringer of harmony, restorative on an inner personal level and an outer global level. If you are wrestling with a problem that you are unable to resolve, ask her to bring her beautiful, harmonious influences to the situation and guide you in any steps you may need to take. Finding an apartment. If she appears to you today, she asks, what area of your life needs reviewing? What do you need to let go of? Is it the judgments or old habits? What is in your life that needs reharmonizing? I will assist you in taking those first steps, supporting you as you go. Take some time to sit and contemplate your life as it is and look honestly at what may require changing. It may be something quite small, just a little tweak, or it could be a life changing event. She goes on to say, the answers you seek will lie within you. So sit quietly around yourself, ground yourself, be present, and reflect your inner knowing. Under my guidance will help bring, sorry, the answers to the surface for you. She reminds us tomorrow is a new dawn, and being in our heart center ripples out with positive effect. She will only appear when there has been discord or upset. This can be personal or on a global scale. She is a harbinger of change, and her role is to bring harmony to the world. All right, Gabby has enchanted map. All right, this is for Gabby. What does Gabby need to know for this week? Gentle Gardener, number 2. Those are both 2s, by the way. So 2 might mean something for you. You're welcome, Regine. And that one was drawn upright. So be your own person, be a curious co-creator. The gentle gardener is visiting you at this moment in your life to remind you that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create the reality you experience. She is the embodiment of the energy within you that is sent out into the field of co-creation and ensures that all that you are is reflected in the world of form. Excuse me. Are you aware of your thoughts? What is their quality? Believe in limitless possibility, and you will see miracles unfold. The gentle gardener guarantees the integrity of everything you send out into the world. Stay positive and expect a wondrous return. Your garden is abundant with beauty. I'm going to say this. You don't have to be positive all the time. You can have fuck this kind of moments, whatever. That's okay, because sometimes that shows you like what you need to like work on, whatever. You're very welcome. The other thing is like, I think being positive is more about like persisting with your thought instead of going, oh no, it's not working, right? That's what I think of as being positive, is like just persist with your beliefs and persist with what it is you're manifesting. Okay, Nicola wanted the dragon. Nicola need to know today. Lord Kuthumi, 20, another 2. Okay. Hang on, let me see. Oh, that's better. Okay, and yours was also, oh, it doesn't matter, upright on these ones. Okay, Lord Kuthumi, you are the change. When Lord Kuthumi first arrived, he lost no time in informing me who he was. I am a dragon elder, a spokes dragon for the Galactic Council. He went on to say, if you desire to be able to hold the energies of the 5th and 7th dimensions, you need to be clear about all of your earthly woes and fears and your deep need for control. Your light body needs to be in alignment with those of the earth and the astrological light matrix. Only when you become a tool and tuning device to lift the energy of the planet, only then will you become a tool and tuning device to lift the energy of the planet. As more of you gather together to do this work, the greater will your chance be. The greater will be your chance of bringing lasting peace to the earth. Lord Kuthumi went on to explain why the dragons are here collectively. We have come because lasting peace is achievable on Earth. There are other galaxies beyond your human understanding at this time where it has happened. We dragons are as old as the universe itself and have encountered and witnessed humanity as in all its guises through the ages. You are the change. Okay. That was Miss Nicola. Christine didn't come back from last week. Oh. The Green Witch for Cindy. What does Cindy need to know this week? What does Cindy need to know this week? Official for Cindy this week. Mushroom, recycling, breaking down. Let me see if these have uprights on them. No. Okay. Mushroom, breaking down. Let's say it says recycling, breaking down problems. You find it in here. There it is. A mushroom's main purpose is to aid in decomposition. They use enzymes to break down decaying organic matter. Feeding themselves is in the process. Mushrooms and other fungi are also part of the greater mycelial network, a vast interconnected network of hair-like roots that transfer information to not only other fungi but to plants and trees as well. Mycelial. The mushroom card supports you as you break down problems into smaller issues and work to solve them separately to make incremental advances in your life. The discoveries you make with every step forward can be used to nourish and enrich future projects. Reflection. Have you run into a challenge that may be best if addressed Have you run into a challenge that may best be addressed if broken down into smaller pieces? Yes. I think you're the only one who had Green Witch, so I'll go ahead and put that back. I did smirk. It makes me happy when I see how easily these fit into what you need to hear. I think that's funny. All right, Miss Michelle's enchanted map. What does Michelle need to know? What does Michelle need to know this week? I notice, like, when I watch my videos back, because sometimes I do just to see, like, can I improve or do something different? And I'm like, so like down. All right. So all right, this is for Cindy. All right, yours, or not Cindy, I'm sorry. This is for Michelle. Don't do that. Yours is, it's Magic Prayer reversed 32. Well, shoot. So the card stands for speak your prayers, listen to answers, and act in faith. Reversed is self-will that goes unchecked can bring difficulties. Reversed, the magic prayer card is a sign that you mistakenly believe that your way is the only way. Worrying. Could the path you're on be leading you to a place of regret, or could you be pursuing something that just isn't good for you? If so, you may be facing a painful lesson and a lonely one too. Perhaps it is time to pray and meditate on the highest good and the highest good of all. Spirit may have other plans for you. Be assured that they will be better than any other can ever dream. I think that this is really talking about lean into manifesting things and having the thoughts around things the way you want the outcome to be, rather than worrying about it being the way you don't want it to be. Okay, Angelique, you're one of the dragon. And then Misty and Jackie. All right, what does Angelique need to know today? It matches, yeah. What does Angelique need to know today? That's why I have you pick the deck that you want, because that like also teaches you to like start trusting your intuition in very small ways. What should I be drawn to? Right? Oh, of course you can pick one, Kay. That's fine. Oh no, where'd you go? Hang on. Where's my list? There you are. Okay. This is for Angelique. Which dragon should she work with this week? This is the Philosopher, number 25. You should follow that which you seek with your heart. This wise old dragon is all about learning and the direction your life is taking. This can be in your 3D physical world or on a metaphysical level. He shows up when you have been considering taking up any kind of study, whether you are returning to or continuing with a formal education, or undertaking a personal or spiritual development. He came to me bringing a strong connection to Galileo and to the planets, the solar system, mathematics, and science. He says one is never too old or young to learn. Set your sights high and reach for the stars, for you have much to gain from and to reveal to your learning partners. He has a particular affinity with the stars and constellations and is often associated with people learning the old arts, such as astrology, scrying, and divination, as well as the sciences. He goes on to say, you have been putting off that which you want to learn. Your self-doubt hinders you from following your passion and your true path. Your affinity with the old arts is the starting point of your journey. Take this as notice that you should follow that which you seek with your heart. For only then will you truly tread the steps of your destiny. His presence helps us navigate our world in our chosen direction. He becomes our compass, our guiding light. When we are at a loss, as to what comes next, call upon his presence to help steer you forward. That seems appropriate. Is there a deck that's straightforward? Oh no. I think they all fit. So let me read through them and you can pick. Ready? So that's the dragon one. Then there's the enchanted map. Then there's a green witch, women of myth, inner child, voice of the souls, woodland wardens, excuse me, moonology, spirit animal, trust your vibes, past life, wisdom of the oracle. Why do I feel like I keep saying that twice? I don't know. And the crystal one. Voice of the souls. Okay. So the next one will be Misty, and she has spirit animal. Like my bunny chewed on some of this one. Hi, Violets. How are you? This is for Misty. What does Misty need to know today? This is a fat deck. What does Misty need to know today? I might have had it on the ground and she chewed on it. Yeah. So there's just like little. She's in here. She's a bunny. Yours is reversed. It's a groundhog spirit. Oh, maybe you didn't see this, but I posted something on my Instagram last week where I was like, we have a little groundhog and I think two, but there's one that lives like in our front yard. We're on a cul-de-sac and our house kind of faces our next door neighbor. It doesn't really It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. But there's like a little burrow, I think, for the groundhogs. And like normally when I drive up, he like runs in. And so I was listening to a song by Ray, and I think it's like Happier Times Ahead is what it's called. And I had the windows open because I try to drive with the windows open a lot. I enjoy it. And so I just like slowed down, and instead of like running to the hole, he like slowed down. He was like listening to the music, and he seemed intrigued. And then he like stretched out, or she, they, whatever, and like sat there and listened instead of being like freaked out. It was really cute. Anyway, so I'm happy you got a groundhog spirit. It's reversed, but I'll see what that means. Time to let go. And I thought of doing that only because there's videos where you see where like the cows come running to listen to jazz music. So I thought, let's see if the groundhog will do it. Okay, I don't think there's reversals in here. Oh, it is a protection masters. Okay, time to let go. And then the protection, which is in reverse, says, have you been relentless in your effort to revive something that has passed its prime and need to die away? A situation, a relationship, a belief, or a habit that served you once but no longer fills you with vitality. Perhaps you automatically expect to see the world through a specific lens based on the familiar. Groundhog Spirit has appeared to let you know it's time to accept that the past is the past. So allow yourself to feel the loss and grieve it if you need to. Any sadness will not last forever or overwhelm you. Knowing Spirit is with you and wants you to experience joy and excitement again will help you through this transition from the old to the new. Keep your eyes open, for winter always gives way to spring, and ending always gives birth to new beginnings. For now, let yourself feel your emotion, releasing them to make way for the joy that awaits you. Spring and new growth are on their way, for that is Spirit's promise to you. Hi, Lauren. Okay, I'll put you on the list for an animal card. That's fine. I think it's perfect. Here, I'll show you. I have two different animal decks, and I just felt like I should tell you that. So I have Woodland Wardens, and then I have the Spirit Animal. So you let me know which one you prefer. Enchanted Map for Jackie. What does Jackie need for this week? Hi, Vanilla. Jackie, yours is also in reverse. It's number 48, the Wishing Well. So we'll look at the reversed message. So it says, desire is the sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. Reversed. This is not the time to force anything to happen in your life, especially whatever seems to be eluding you. What was I talking about? I cannot make this shit up. All right, sorry. Especially whatever seems to be eluding you. You can't demand that the universe provide you with what you want. Unmet desires can burst into a destructive fire of obsession. Kind of, yeah. Step back, breathe, and take your attention away from what you want and instead for what you need. Only the unseen knows how to align desire, inspiration, and its manifest form. As the coins disappear into the mystery of the dark pool of the bottom of the well, have faith. Don't engage in wishful thinking. I'm going to translate this, what I think it means. You must co-create with Spirit, not make demands. You can demand things. You may get what you want. You may yet get what you want. Never forget that life is filled with choice. With choices, make a wish, but be open to the enchantment way in which Spirit fulfills your desire. So I think sort of what this is saying is like, don't don't get caught up in the how stuff happens. So like just say like, okay, I'm so grateful that I got the car, blah, blah, blah. Don't get caught up in the how, right? Just like when I said, when you're making an order at the restaurant, you don't worry about how that order gets to where it goes, who's touching your plate, who's cooking your food, how's it getting to the hot lamps. Like you don't worry about any of that stuff, or who's gonna like bring it out to you, run it, be the runner. You don't worry about all that. You don't decide. So it's like, don't worry about the how, just right. Because the more you get caught up in the how everything has to happen, it can create restrictions. And I mean, you can decide that it doesn't, but that's just what I found it to be. But I always love when you guys we pay for a reading and then you get the oracle card and it like reinforces what I said. I'm always like, let's talk about that. K YouTube wanted Voice of the Souls. This is for Kayla. What does she need to know today? This week. Abundance. I don't know if this one has reversals. Let's see. It's the first card. Oh, it doesn't. So I'll show you the abundance card. And it says your soul. So this is like as if these beings were giving you the message. So from your soul, your spirit guides, and then the entity is like someone who's crossed over. You can have everything you need, but please listen to me. A part of your energy is flowing too quickly, and because of this, you may feel we aren't connected. You may be moving forward too quickly, not taking the time to integrate all of the signs and synchronicities you receive. Nothing happens without reason. Each event and encounter has something to teach you. If you don't take the time to experience and understand them, you may feel like you're standing still. Know that abundance is there and accessible for you. To connect with me, take time to breathe and free your solar plexus chakra. Make time for meditation and deep breathing. You'll realize you can move forward with your great inner calm and serenity, and you'll look at everything happening around you with fresh eyes. You'll ground yourself through breathing and free yourself from the energy of stagnation. Everything will take on a new meaning. Something I think kind of like came to me while I was reading that was like a great affirmation around like connecting with yourself, your soul, your higher self, is just saying like it's easy for me to connect with my higher self and receive information. I always easily receive information. I'm really connected to my intuition. I trust my intuition. I trust myself. I trust my guides. It's easy for me to receive information from my higher self. Those kind of things to like develop that belief system. So then you'll notice it starts happening more and more. Your spirit guides, we invite you to move forward in stages. You may wish to avoid some of these stages, thinking you don't need them, yet they're important for you to create new, stable, and durable foundations. Some things you don't know yet, and by fully experiencing these stages, you'll find yourself in a new energy of discovering yourself and others and the meaning of events around you. Give me just a second. Oh, lemon seed. I've been putting lemon juice, and I didn't put any honey in this one, but in my water to try and help with that. Yet they're important for you to create new, stable, and durable foundations. Some things you don't know yet, and by fully experiencing these stages, you'll find yourself in a new energy of discovering yourself and others and the meaning of events around you. Decide on your priorities and the time you wish to spend on them. Then determine the practice goals you wish to achieve. The practical goals you wish to achieve. Practice would be weird, right? This logic may frighten you, but it's necessary for you to be grounded in a grounding energy. You'll keep your natural and spontaneous character while channeling your energies to focus on yourself and your expectations. Move forward with sure steps and with respect for your chosen path, so you may be in the energy of abundance. The entity. I had long searched for abundance, but I now realize I was looking in the wrong places. I had not really understood this notion. I thought abundance was only material, but is so much more than that. Perhaps I had shut myself away in an armor of energy and didn't pay attention to my needs. Material wealth contributes to happiness, but does not create it. Only you can bring happiness to yourself. Material wealth brings stability, so you can pay attention to yourself. Don't be afraid of not having enough. When you're connected to yourself, abundance is already there. Material abundance is a reflection of everything you bring into yourself. I am here to help you in an energy of abundance. Pay attention to signs regarding material and financial issues. I will guide you towards the fulfillment so you may have everything you need and discover new things in yourself. There are many wonders still to discover. Okay, that was for Kay. The next is Lauren wants the animal. Did you decide, Lauren, which animal one you want? And Vanilla wants enchanted map. No problem. The spirit animal. Okay, perfect. It's funny. I had a feeling you would say that one because I put the other one back and left this one here. And Violet's wants enchanted map. No problem. I don't know if that goes there, but we're going to put it there. All right, so this one is for Lauren. She wants the animal one. What does Lauren need to know this week? The Porcupine Spirit. Time for Beginner Mind, number 48. Hi, Juanita. How are you? Okay, so this came in upright. So we'll do the oracle message. When Porcupine Spirit calls your name, you are being asked to adopt a beginner's mind and to approach situations with innocence and curiosity. The old confining stories no longer have a hold on you. Life is full of surprises, hiding in plain sight. Looking at the world afresh with new eyes can help you find what you have been seeking, whether it is a relationship, an opportunity, or evidence that you have all you need right now to co-create what you desire. Who knew? Porcupine asks you to be playful and have a childlike curiosity. There is so much waiting for you that you have yet to discover. Welcome, Juanita. How are you? I'm wrapping up for the evening. I've been on here and I've got to go do stuff with my kids. You're very welcome, Lauren. All right. Enchanted map. This is for Vanilla. This first one is for Vanilla. What does Vanilla need to know this week? Come together, number 8, upright. It says love needs to be shared. Love needs to be expressed. Drawing the come together card is a sign that you're on the path to discover the nature of this emotion in all of its forms of expression: romantic, familial, unconditional, spiritual. In each instance, there is another being involved. Love involves a give and take between you and a significant other, a relative, a friend, an animal, and or spirit. This card assures you that love has come calling and seeks a partner in its dance. Know that you are cherished. Like a magnet, you're attracting love into your life. This is the time of harmonious, caring partnerships. And this last one is for Violets. What does Violets need to know for this week? Yours is reversed. It's number 43, and it says details, details. We will read the protection message. Oh, good. I'm glad. You're very welcome, Vanilla. If you want me to do an oracle card reading for you quick, I will do one for you, Juanita, and then I got to go. reversed. So it says the most powerful patterns are created within the tiniest details. Pay attention. Reversed. Heed the gentle warning that perfectionism will not lead you to what you desire, but instead will steer you away from it. Nothing will be good enough when you become obsessed with being perfect. No one can ever measure up to your scrutiny, and nothing that you can ever do will assuage that general feeling of not being up to par. You're perfect already, just as you are. Reversed, the details card challenges you to accept things as they are in all their imperfections, to step into the world and um, engage it without any expectations. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. I like the little crabs. I'm a Cancer. And I think, did you want an animal reading or did you want this enchanted map? That was for you, Violets. I hope that resonated. Okay. You're welcome. All right, we'll just do this one because I'm holding it. This is for Juanita. What does she need to know this week? Yours is reverse number 41. It is unexpected visitors. Turn your broom upside down if you're a little witchy. Unpleasant news is only unpleasant when you resist accepting what it is. Sometimes the thing most desired is kept away from you because it's not for the highest good for you or others. Sometimes there's a loss or disappointment due to a destiny whose pattern can't be understood yet. Change is something that may be forced upon you, like bad weather that threatens a boat. Adapt to the shift in conditions and think how beautiful the sky will be afterward. Accept what is, and more fulfilling path will soon be revealed. Remember that if you expect the unexpected, nothing can come as a shock. Okay. All right, friends. I will see y'all next week. I'll be in the morning next week. I think I have it all day. I'm going to be gone all day Saturday. So just I'll put a post up here when I'm going to be on, but I'm pretty sure it'll be the morning. But I'm going to be gone all day. So we'll see how tired I am in the morning. I hope you have a fabulous week, though, but I will be back for sure next weekend. Okay? Have a good one.